In Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, it would seem that the worlds of heaven and hell have adverse effects on creatures coming in from outside. Point in question, Serpentius and Vaggie. Starting off with the latter, I suppose. Vaggie was once a exorcist angel who would come down once every year to slaughter sinners. However, she would not kill a child, and for that she paid dearly, being brutally attacked and left for dead by Adam's lieutenant, Loot. However, she did not die. She was found on the verge of death and suffering grievous injuries by Charlotte Morningstar, the Princess of Hell, who nursed her back to health. And shortly after that, I would assume she started to change because she now has sharp fangs and what looks like bloodshot eyes due to the effects of her existing in hell. Now, when you compare both of her forms, her angelic form and her demonic form, there hasn't been a huge change. It seems like, if anything, Vaggie just sort of shrunk and isn't as tall and petite as she was in her angelic form. She also has a much darker pink color for her eyes, making me believe that she has some sort of pink eye or bloodshot eye effect here. She also has sharp fangs and an X over her eye to indicate, she has her eye ripped out. Her hair is also much longer, but I don't attribute this to the effects of hell, but more or less the fact that she hasn't trimmed her hair in a while and just let it grow long, specifically to cover up her grievous injury to basically having no eye. And then we have Serpentius, who by far has one of the more extreme redesigns. In Hell, Serpentius appears like that of a humanoid, cobra-themed snake demon, and he is covered in many expressive eyes and has a huge steampunk vibe to him. He loves creating weapons of mass destruction, but ultimately Serpentius is kind of a bumbling idiot and never achieves his goal of taking over Hell. After we get to know Serpentius a little bit better throughout the series, it seems like Serpentius isn't really evil for the sake of being evil. He's only evil because he thinks it's the only way that he can be cool and be accepted by some of the more powerful demons. And that he's actually quite a nice guy and a little bit of a goofy goober character. He even falls head over heels in love with his nemesis, Cherry Bomb, and actually sacrifices himself to save Cherry Bomb and the friends that he's grown to like over the past few months, which causes him to go to heaven. His heaven design is really interesting. He obviously is still a snake creature, but he now has more of a white, red, yellow, and navy blue color palette. The black parts of him are now navy blue, and his hood is even different, with this sort of frilled look that has hearts and kisses all over it, probably a reference to Cherry Bomb, his love interest. And Lucifer is where things get really strange and weird. Lucifer was once an archangel, a very powerful archangel. However, he was very mischievous, and one day he decided to give humans free will, a decision that the other angels thought was very bad, and because of this reckless decision, they cast him and his family to hell, a place where Lucifer would rot, thinking only about how he had failed his family and doomed them for an existence in this rotting cesspool. Now, Lucifer visibly does not show much change, and I believe this is because Lucifer isn't able to fully be changed by the effects of residing in hell, but he still has the long, sharp claws, the sharp teeth, and the demonic glowing eyes, but more or less, he maintains his angelic form and still even bleeds angelic blood when he is injured. Lucifer also can fully transform into a demon if need be to protect his daughter and her friends, or to just simply put, bring the entire wrath of hell down on his enemies. To make a long story short, I think the effects that heaven and hell have on the entities that live there is varied. Obviously, Lucifer is super powerful, so he's unable to be fully changed by the effects that hell has on him, and the same could be said for Vaggie. However, Sir Pentious is a different story because Sir Pentious is just a demon sinner, so obviously when he got redeemed and sent to heaven, he got a full angelic redesign. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next one.